beautiful village bathed in morning sunlight. In the heart of the village stands a stone well that is the source of life for the villagers, surrounded by children playing, while the elders sit under a large olive tree sharing stories. Traders sell colorful cloth, fruit and pottery.
Fresh fruits, very sweet, cheap price. Come here, come on, buy it.
That well, it's been here for generations. It's the heart of our village.
A little child named Leah, excitedly running to the well with a cup in hand.
Hi, Leah! Come play here!
Okay, Ezra. Wait a minute. It's so hot. I need a drink.
As Leah drinks the water, her face suddenly contorts in pain. She drops the cup, clutching her throat.
Leah! What's wrong with you?
Leah falls to the ground, convulsing. The scene is thrown into instant chaos.
Help! Somebody help! Leah is hot!
Oh no, child, what happened?
She just drank from the well.
What if the well is poisoned?
Hey, don't spread panic.
This isn't natural. The child was fine moments ago.
Leah, my dear, please someone, do something. Please, call a healer.
What has happened?
She just drank from the well and...
We need to get him inside and cool him down.
The crowd is abuzz with worry and speculation. Fear is evident on everyone's face. In the village council hall, a meeting is being held between the village leaders. Village leaders, composed of elders and notable figures, sit in solemn contemplation. The murmuring of worried villagers can be heard in the distance.
We are gathered here amidst an unsettling mystery that threatens our very way of life. We must deliberate wisely.
Miriam is right. We cannot succumb to wild rumors and panic. We need facts.
What we know is this: a child drank from the well and was stricken with illness. Such a thing has never happened before. The well is our lifeblood.
This may just be an incident. We shouldn't jump to conclusions. Perhaps the child was already unwell.
I concur with Asher. If there is even a shadow of doubt about the well's safety, we must investigate.
Let us not be hasty, nor blinded by fear. Our village has thrived for generations because we have always acted with reason and unity.
We've been using that well for generations. It's odd for it to suddenly become a source of harm.
But what if this is not the first case? What if there are other cases that we are not aware of? Or what if someone commits a crime by poisoning a well?
Speculation will not serve us. We need evidence. Has anyone else fallen ill in such a manner recently?
I do not remember, but then again, not everyone might have reported it.
We can't risk more lives. We should close off the well immediately and find another source of water.
Easier said than done. That well is our lifeline. The next water source is miles away.
First, we need to test the well's water. We can't act on mere suspicion.
I agree with Miriam. Panic will not help us. Let's take a sample to the city's healer. They might be able to shed some light on this.
While we do that, we must also ensure that our people have enough stored water to sustain them.
Very well, but we must act swiftly.
Then it's decided. We'll test the well water and ensure our villagers have enough to drink. Let us hope that our anxieties are unjustified.
As the leaders dispersed, murmurs of worry from the villagers filled the air, reflecting the growing fear and uncertainty in the village. A grand chamber with tall pillars. The golden throne sits at one end, where the queen of the village, the regal leader of the village, Queen Esther, contemplates the crisis with her advisors, Leora and Nathan.
This problem with the well weighs heavy on my heart. Our village has thrived because of that well. Now it's a source of anxiety.
Your Majesty, the village council is doing what they can, but rumors and fear are spreading like wildfire.
Your Majesty, there is one who might be able to offer a solution. King Solomon is known for his unparalleled wisdom. Perhaps he can shed light on this mystery.
King Solomon, yes, I've heard tales of his discernment and just rulings. But would he involve himself in a matter of our village?
King Solomon has always been one to seek truth and dispense justice, irrespective of the scale of the matter.
It's worth a try, Your Majesty. We need all the help we can get.
Very well. Dispatch a messenger to Jerusalem. Tell King Solomon of our plight and seek his counsel.
I am ready to leave at once, Your Majesty.
Go quickly but safely. Our village hopes rest on this.
Let's hope King Solomon can provide the answers we so desperately seek.
Our people deserve peace and safety. We'll do whatever it takes to ensure that.
In the grand hall of King Solomon in Jerusalem, King Solomon sits attentively, surrounded by his courtiers. The messenger from Queen Esther, in the village of Beth-zur, stands before him.
Great King Solomon, I bring urgent news from Queen Esther of the village of Beth-zur.
Speak, messenger. Tell me all that has transpired.
A disaster has fallen upon Beth-zur, Your Majesty. The lifeblood of the village, the well seems to have turned treacherous. Several villages, after partaking of water from it, have been struck with a grievous ailment.
Is it certain that the well is the source?
Yes, my lord. Each incident occurred shortly after drinking from it. The village is paralyzed with fear, unsure of whom or what to trust.
Such a tragedy. The well has been their source of life for several generations.
The well's water has sustained life and nourished souls for ages. Such a calamity is not only a danger to their bodies but also to their spirits.
The village elders sent me here, hoping for your unparalleled wisdom, Your Majesty. They believe if anyone can unveil the truth behind this mystery, it is you.
Your Majesty, we must investigate. If this is a deliberate act, the perpetrators must be found.
Indeed, Elijah. The innocent must not suffer due to the malevolence of a few.
But, Your Majesty, visiting the village personally could pose a risk to you.
Sometimes, to find the truth, one must face it head-on. I made my decision. I will visit Beth-zur and uncover the mystery behind the poisoned well.
Your Majesty, your compassion and bravery know no bounds. The people of Beth-zur will be forever in your debt.
It is my duty to protect and serve my people, Caleb. Prepare for our journey. We leave at dawn.
As you wish, Your Majesty.
At the entrance of the village, a procession comes into view. King Solomon, accompanied by his advisors, makes a grand entrance. The villagers, recognizing the entourage, gather in awe and anticipation.
Look! It's King Solomon!
The king himself has come to our aid.
Peace be upon you all. I've come to understand and will solve the mystery that surrounds this village.
Your Majesty, your presence brings us hope. We are deeply honored.
Your Majesty, we invite you to go to the village square, where the well is located.
King Solomon and his advisors now arrived at the village square with the well in the center, which had been marked with a rope barrier to prevent access. And she was greeted by the village queen, Queen Esther. The villagers gathered to greet King Solomon with mixed feelings of joy and anxiety.
Great King Solomon, we are honored by your presence in these trying times.
I have understood the plight of these villagers, and I will help them.
The great King Solomon himself, here in our village.
Surely, he'll have a solution. Your Majesty, The well has been cordoned off, but the villagers seem anxious.
Yes, we have to calm down the anxious villagers.
Secretly, a villager named Benjamin, who apparently was unaware of the well's condition, drank the water from the well using a long reed. As King Solomon steps forward to speak, a commotion is heard from a corner of the square. All the villagers' eyes were on Benjamin, who, screaming in pain, clutched his throat.
What's happening to me?
No, not another one.
The curse of the well strikes again.
Quick! Someone! Help him!
Lay him down. Give him some air.
We need to act swiftly. The water needs to be examined thoroughly.
Your Majesty, this situation is graver than we imagine.
Indeed, Abigail. But fear not. Wisdom and truth will light our way.
Forgive me, Your Majesty. I did not know. I was so thirsty.
You are not to blame, but your experience reinforces the need for caution. We will solve this mystery together.
Your Majesty, our village was once filled with joy. Now, every drop we drink is a gamble with death.
We will find a solution. But first, I must understand every aspect of this crisis.
We will tell you everything, Your Majesty, starting from the very first incident.
King Solomon asked for 2 empty cups and 2 bowls containing water from the well and wine from the village stock to be placed on a wooden table. The villagers formed a semicircle, eager to witness King Solomon's actions. 2 suspected culprits, Asher and Zev, are at the forefront, visibly nervous.
People of this village, we are faced with a test of truth. We seek not only to find the cause of this ailment, but also to restore trust amongst you.
What does he intend to do with those cups?
Let's watch.
Asher, Zev, step forward. You are suspected by some in this village to have a hand in this grave matter. Today, we shall put those suspicions to rest.
Your Majesty, I swear, I have done nothing. Nor have I. This is but village gossip.
Words are but wind, actions speak louder. Here's what you shall do. Fill 1 glass with water from the well, or with wine from the village supply, whatever you choose.
What is he planning?
Patience, Abigail. King Solomon's wisdom is at work.
Each of you shall drink from 1 cup. The choice is yours. If you are innocent, the truth shall protect you.
But what if the wine uses water from a poisoned well?
Young man, that is the weight of truth and its consequences.
Asher and Zev, hesitating for a moment, eventually do as instructed. The crowd watches in silence.
Okay, I chose the wine.
Zev hesitates, then slowly reaches for the wine as well.
Interesting. Both choose wine over the water from the well they are accused of tainting.
It speaks volumes.
We can see who the culprit is.
But this test wasn't about the choice of drink. It was about the weight of conscience.
A heavy conscience reveals itself.
Drink that wine. If you are innocent, the wine shall bring you joy. But if guilty, it shall be your confession.
We've drunk this wine countless times. My king, how can today be any different?
It's not the wine that's different, but the circumstances and the intent. Drink, and let's see where your conscience leads.
This is madness. Do as the king says.
The 2 men look at each other, the weight of the situation pressing down on them. Asher, trembling, reaches out to take the cup.
If this is the way...
But before Asher could start drinking, Zev suddenly fell to his knees, tears streaming down his face.
Stop! I can't bear it any longer. It was I. I poisoned the well.
Zev, but why?
Out of envy and vengeance. I harboured a grudge against Micah. He wronged my family years ago, and I wanted to hurt him, even if it meant hurting others.
I never imagined you'd go this far, Zev.
Jealousy and vengeance cloud the mind and tarnish the soul. Today the wine didn't pass your lips, but it revealed the truth.
Why? Zev?
I let my past darken my present. I'm so sorry.
King Solomon gestures to the guards to take Zev into custody.
Let this be a lesson to all. True poison isn't always in the water or wine, but in the hearts that bear ill intentions.
The village square remains tense, with villagers talking amongst themselves in hushed tones. A wooden table with herbs and salt is provided to purify the well water, where a group of villagers are seen preparing ingredients for cleaning the well. The guards take Zev away.
We must ensure that our well is cleansed properly. The future of our village lies in the purity of this water.
Had I known my actions from the past would lead to such a tragedy, I would have sought reconciliation with Zev.
The past is the past, Micah. We must focus on healing now.
We were friends, Zev and I. How did it come to this?
Sometimes, Asher, the deepest wounds are those that remain invisible. It's not the act, but the intent that darkens the soul. And sometimes, it's the people closest to you who carry the heaviest burden. And let this be a lesson to all. It's not just the physical toxins we need to cleanse, but also the toxins of the heart, jealousy, vengeance, and hatred.
We will remember King Solomon.
Our gratitude to you, King Solomon, for shedding light on our darkest star.
Remember, the light resides not within me, but within the truth. Cherish it and allow it to guide your path.
The well water is now purified. Villagers are gathered around the well, drawing water and tasting it. The water is clear and pristine. Birds chirp in the distance. King Solomon stands by the well's edge, flanked by his advisors, with the Queen's advisor beside him.
The water is pure once more.
It's as if the well itself has been reborn.
It tastes better than before.
We owe this renewal to King Solomon and his wisdom, which has helped us not only purify our water but also our hearts.
Water is but a mirror. When it's pure, it reflects all that is good and clear. But when tainted, it can distort even the most beautiful of images.
To new beginnings and a rejuvenated village spirit.
To new beginnings.
Let this well stand as a testament to the resilience of this village and the strength of unity. Guard it well, and more importantly, guard your hearts.